And welcome to the STC Ascension Reborn 2026 tournament. I'm here commentating a round 2 match, Noah Altensee versus Veg. Very hyped up matchup we have here. Obviously Noah being the favorite, but Veg has put a lot of practice in. He's trained really hard for this match. He's really excited and he's ready to go. I think this is going to be his best chance ever to beat someone like Noah. Watching practice 1, we can already see Noah start to falter. So, yeah, if you're a Veg fan, you should be excited for this match. Yeah, we do have 3 bets going on. The winner for the match as usual, and then we also have over-unders on Shipwrecked and the Realm Between. Shipwrecked, our over-under is going to be 15.550, which definitely is an extremely tough time to beat average. I mean, that's only 0.5 or so off world record, but these two are by far and away the 2 best Shipwrecked players in the world. And let's just say, watching Veg practice, he was getting some averages very far below that. I won't spoil until after, but he was getting some insane averages. So if Veg doesn't falter to his nerves, Veg does have a huge chance in this match. But obviously, as with every match, Veg's nerves will be the main factor. And Noah Altensee being, you know, skill LF number 1, GOAT LF number 2, tournament LF number 2. He's obviously a fierce competitor to go against, and Veg knows that. Veg has a history of not doing the greatest, losing 0-5 against Gav and losing to Potato, losing to Icy Man. Doesn't have the best tournament history, but with the amount of practice he's put in, I bet he is looking to turn that around. We're now heading on to round 1. I mean, good luck to both. And, I mean, Noah did look very inconsistent in practice, so he might need to turn that up. Oh, but Veg is the first to make a mistake. Maybe already falling to pressure. But Noah Altensee is going to miss the edge hit. Veg misses the edge hit as well, but Noah succumbs to a death. This is definitely not ideal for either one of them. It's going to be slightly better for Veg, though, as he finishes out a 20.6. A little bit of a safety compared to Noah's DNF, but with these two guys, neither of those times are really acceptable. We're going to be looking for 16s at the worst. So good start for Veg in terms of match, but definitely not going towards the average that he wants to see. Round 2. Both of them hit the first edge hit. Veg, maybe a little bit of a slowdown. Both get the edge hit. Oh, Veg bonks a little bit. Noah misses the jump. Veg, another clean run. 16-1. It's slightly slow, but Noah already is in trouble. He has no mistakes left to give with a 23-3. Yeah, I mean, Veg already looking nice. First 2. Noah still has the opportunity to come back, but he will need to start getting solid runs in. Both of them, maybe a little bit of a slowdown. Noah Altensee misses. This is huge. He dies. If Veg can finish this will be the average locked in for him. It will with a 15-6. Veg will win Shipwrecked immediately. That is huge for Veg in terms of mindset. I mean, taking the win on map 1. Obviously, Veg is an emotional player. He knows. He's very aware. Let's just say that. So if he knows that he's losing, he will not perform well at all. And I think winning map 1 is a huge step in Veg's favor. It's worth much more than just a single point. I think Veg knows that he's going to lose the 2 skip maps. Sorry, skipless maps. Ooh, that might be a DQ Veg. Yeah, I'm gonna have to DQ that. But yeah, I will DQ Vegs around there. But as I was saying, this will be worth much more than a point. Veg knows that he's going to be losing all the skipless maps, in which there are 2. So he needs to take every skip map. And he has now completed 1 of the 3. I believe that should be clear from DQs, both of them. 69 to 79. Both of them getting sub the former world record average held by Chris. Practice 1 here on Tropical Islands. This should be a less chaotic map by far than Shipwrecked. Noah's obviously heavily favored, but if Veg can, you know, get 46 touches going, that'll put him, you know, at least a solid, you know, he'll do fine. So if Noah Altensee makes a couple of mistakes, has a couple slope seals, then maybe Veg could tie it up with a 46 average. Likely not, but obviously that's what he would want. But even with slope seals and big mistakes, I don't see Noah going much slower than a 4.66. Let alone counting one of those. 46.7 IGT for him there. Alright, practice 2 here. Uh-oh. Could have had an incident there, but we avoided it. Practice 2 here, and both of them just going to want to work on consistency, as that is the main piece for both of them. If Noah just stays consistent, he will not fall to Veg on this map. And honestly, this might act as sort of a breather for Veg. He won't, you know, all the maps that Veg needs to perform on are just super high intensity, constant skip maps, and having a skipless map that you can say, okay, I'm probably gonna lose this, might calm his nerves a little bit. Ooh, see, there's a mistake from Noah Altensee. Obviously, can't expect things like that in rounds, but I mean, it does show that he has the capacity to make some of those more weird mistakes that you don't really see. Oh, but Veg. Slope seal for him. I do assume both Noah and Veg will be proficient at hitting the end zone. I don't think that'll be a huge key part of this match, but again, under tournament round pressure, you never know. Alright, round 1 here. Again, Veg just hoping to capitalize off a couple of mistakes made by Noah, but more than likely, Noah will be able to finish out a solid 4.65 something average. Veg, I mean, in terms of lines, keeping up with him just until this part, I didn't quite catch what happened there, but fell to his death, unfortunately. I was just gonna pray Altensee messes something up in the spiral, which, knowing him, I seriously doubt. Yeah. This should be the easiest 4-6-6, 4-6-5 of his life. Oh, not the best ending, but still gets a 0.6 IGT. That's exactly what I talk about. Veg's gonna take the DNF there on round 1. The thing is if Veg loses Tropical Islands badly, in terms of the match score, it's not huge. But I don't want that to get to his head, thinking, oh, I'm gonna perform terrible now. Because, you know, I performed terrible on Tropical Islands, but Tropical Islands was never in his plan to win it anyway. It will never matter unless Noah makes some monumentous mistake. So I hope he doesn't let a bad performance get to him. Because upcoming, we do have some skip maps that Veg will need to capitalize on with a good mindset. But Veg is already falling on round 2 as well. His chances of maybe locking in a 4-6-6 average, maybe tying Noah, might be flying out the window. Which, again, isn't super important, but might impact his mindset. Noah's looking really solid so far on Tropical Islands. 4-6-7 IGT. Obviously, he was just kind of playing around on Rocket League before this match. I don't know if he got any practice in, and we did see that on Shipwrecked. Was pretty inconsistent at basically every part. Veg, who's spent a lot of hours on practicing for this match, will show a lot better skip consistency, but on the maps that he didn't practice as hard, like Tropical Islands, it's not looking great here. And I know Veg has never been the most consistent on Tropical, but I don't think even he was expecting to start out with 2 DNFs, so it's a bit unfortunate. But maybe he safeties here. Maybe he kind of knows that if he wants a chance at this match, he may as well just go all out. Maybe tie Noah up. His lines are kind of odd, though. So even if he takes it as risky as possible, some of these lines are just not as great as Noah. And honestly, I think Veg's mistakes, both of them were before the spiral, so he hasn't even got a chance to play spiral under pressure. He seemed to do fine at it, but is a significant margin behind Noah Altensee, you know. Definitely more than body length. But he will finish this up, more than likely. But not an ideal end zone touch with a 4-6-7. Landed with his feet. Never something you want to see. That has cost many, many people. You know, that's probably the hardest part of Tropical Islands in tournament. It's not the spiral. It's not the start. It's timing the ending right. Not landing with your feet. Round 4. Honestly, though, a 4-6-7 IGT is not the worst for Veg. He won't be doing much better. Maybe get a 4-6-6 if he gets a great run, but it's not too disappointing. Noah has already locked in a solid average, though, so the chances of Veg... Ooh! Right as I say that, Noah gets a big slope steal. The chances of Veg winning Tropical Islands are, you know, pretty slim here. His best hope, honestly, at this point is hoping that Noah's recording bugged out and he can't submit touches. Oh, but no, another slope steal and a DNF. Veg maybe wishing that happened a little earlier, so he gets another 4-6-7. Maybe clawing back slightly. Maybe puts himself in a position. Maybe. I'm not sure. But regardless, I hope he knows that it was less than likely, as Noah Altensee jokes around and switches to R15. I mean, sure, man. You can, you know, you can kind of joke around all you want, but you better not lose the match. Which, when we head on to our next map, it might look like he's in a little bit of danger. Let's just say that. And honestly, if I were Noah, I would still take my chances of playing Arthro. You never know what can happen with stuff like recording. You don't want to give Veg any opportunity to tie you up here, which with a 6.33 average, Veg, that's definitely tieable with touches on Veg's end. And maybe Veg won't want to spare Altensee if he's going to kind of mock him a little bit by playing an R15. We saw the same tactic used by Skelly against Chris a while ago. Didn't pan out great. He did win the match, but I don't know. Didn't really seem necessary. It just kind of seemed like unnecessary, showboating. But we are now heading on to Veg's second map that he needs to win, Winter Cove. This, I would say, this is probably his second easiest. I would say Ship was probably the easiest, then Winter Cove, then the next map upcoming is definitely his hardest map to win, but he still is in the cards for that. But Veg has proven himself in the last couple of days to be probably the most consistent Cove player. Maybe not the fastest. I would say Noah Altensee is probably faster, but Veg has been really, really consistent in practice. Me and Veg kind of did a mock match before this started, and he obliterated me on Winter Cove. So, if he can keep that up, he definitely has a huge chance to beat Noah Altensee here and go up 2-1 in the match. Yeah, look at that. It's just kind of hard because Winter Cove is very, fumbleable. There's many parts where you just get too low of an M9 or something like that, and your whole run is basically just dead. It might be sub-skipless, but, Veg versus Noah Altensee, sub-skipless isn't really good enough anymore. Practice, too. Curious if either one of these guys will finish out a practice run just to gauge what kind of time they get. As, again, I do think time is kind of a factor we need to consider here. Ooh. Ooh, Veg. Wow. But Noah's right there with him in terms of consistency and ability. That house M9 is probably the most dangerous of them. And Noah is going to practice skipless. I do wonder if he takes a skipless round. That would be a DQ right there. I would call it a DQ. Yeah, this house M9 can be really, really inconsistent at times, and sometimes, when you fail that house M9, there's no clear reason why. You can't tell if you went too early, if you went too late, if you just mistimed it. It's really, really hard to tell. And that's what kind of sucks about it, is you get very little feedback from it. You just know, oh crap, I messed up. I need to, go back and do it again and lose many seconds. And, you watch your opponent fly up, get a great time while you're stuck down there. Noah's having a little bit of struggle with the first invis, but unlike, the second M9, that is something that is, learnable and consistent. He seems to maybe have gotten the hang of it now. Yeah, both these two of, again, some of the best Winter Cove players in the world. Maybe I wouldn't say top 2, but close to it. We are now heading on to round 1 after a bunch of practice. Good luck to both. I'm sure Veg's under a lot of pressure right now, as he knows that he does need to take this. Obviously, Noah, though, did lose Shipwrecked. Maybe also under quite a bit of pressure. Veg. Oh, Veg misses the invis. Oh, but Noah misses the second M9. Veg misses. Oh, everyone's missing. This is not going to be sub-skipless, I don't think. Both of them kind of throwing a runaway. Veg's going to be slightly better with the 19-1. 21-6 for Noah. I wonder if that'll, you know, scare someone into going for skipless, maybe? Doesn't look like it yet, but another one of those might be time, especially for Noah. I think Noah will budge and go for skipless before Veg will. Round 2. Both of them find the invis. Both of them make the first M9. Veg makes the second M9. Noah does not. Veg a 13-5. A great time to be getting in tournament. Tournament world record. Noah just behind there with a 16-2. Yeah, neither of them will be going for skipless for sure after that. Veg's looking great after that 13-5. This is the exact situation Veg wants to be in. For sure. Round 3. Noah starting out with, you know, 1 sub skipless time, but still not the best. Oh, he falls. Oh, Veg. Oh, Veg. Noah's still not here, though. Veg. Noah's still at the start. Noah cannot figure out where to go as Veg gets a sub skipless. 17-3 for Veg. Noah's struggling. Obviously, with the 16-2, he should still be okay, but he's probably going to want to sacrifice this round for practice now. Does get there. Will he reset at the end for more practice, I wonder? Nope. 48-7. So Veg already locks in a 16-second average. That is huge. Noah, his best round is a 16-2, so he'll need to get basically his best times in the last 2. Noah falls! He leaves! Noah leaves! He's definitely frustrated right now. But Veg is not in a good position himself. Veg is still struggling to, you know, get another solid run, but it won't matter. Noah leaves, takes a DNF there. I'm assuming that was out of rage and not, you know, Wi-Fi disconnect or something similar. Veg taking a moment. 35-5. I wonder if he's like calming down a little bit. I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, it's gonna do Winter Cove. Go. No, Altensee, I think, is a little unhappy right now. I don't know if he's choosing to sit this out. I'm unsure. I think that is when he played Clockwork Coliseum against me. I think that is also what he did after a little bit of a rage. He just chose to sit out round 5. He knew he didn't really have a chance to win it. I believe that's what's going on here. 17-9 for Veg. So not the fastest run, not the fastest average for Veg, you know, 16-2, but it will get the job done. And we are now heading on to the 3rd skip map. Veg is up 2-1 in the match, but I would argue this is going to be Veg's hardest skip map to win. No, Altensee is obviously just super skilled at the realm between. Oh, but Veg's looking great. Yeah, Veg's already going to finish at like a mid-22 in practice here. Obviously, no, Altensee is known for, against Chris, getting an insane like 22.1 second average with chain safety. So Noah definitely has potential to just crush Veg here. Oh, but that looks clean. It will come down to performance. I'm sure both of them are under very heavy nerves. Veg cannot figure out this strategy that Noah is using. I do prefer Noah's climbs. I think Noah's climbs are a bit faster, but maybe slightly less safe. Oh, yeah. If Noah is able to get those kind of climbs and runs, he'll probably be the winner of the run between. Obviously, I will practice with Veg a little bit on the run between. I'm not the best, guide for climbing, but look at that. I mean, that is an insane climb every single time. I know Veg probably sees it as well, as a little scared, thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat that in terms of time. If Noah Altensee can finish 3 solid runs here, I don't see Veg beating it. But if he goes a little too risky, which we know Noah Altensee can do, that's going to be where Veg capitalizes again. Veg has already completed 2/3 of his plan, but the hardest map to win is going to be the realm between. Noah's just so gifted at this map. Practice 2 here. So much is on the line here. Obviously, we do have map 5 Acid Realm, but the win is truly determined by the realm between. Because let's just say the loser of this map, I don't think is going to even want to play Acid Realm. I think they're going to be distraught enough by this loss that they don't even care about map 5. And they look just neck and neck as they head onto the end zone. Like, this is an extremely close match. I cannot believe it. This is crazy for sure. And I just do wonder what is running through Veg's mind right now. I wonder if he's replaying some of his tournament failures, losing to Icy Man and stuff like that, definitely affected him mentally. And he has the chance to redeem every allegation, everything that has ever been made fun of about him right here, as he could beat #1 in the world, Noah Altensee. Noah has never ever lost to anyone except for Nugglei. He has been completely perfect. This could break that streak and enter a new era of speeders. And this is probably I would say this is the only time where this might be the only time where Noah's ever been on the line to lose. Even in situations maybe where it even came down to, I think, map 5 with Skelly, I was never thinking Noah Altensee might lose here. I always had faith in him to win, but I'm not sure this time. I'm not sure who's going to win. Who is going to deal with the pressure better in round 1? Good luck to both. Noah Altensee was jumping before. That's going to be a huge time loss for him. Obviously, time is kind of important on this map. He does rush it, but he gets it. Oh, his climb is super fast. Veg definitely has a slower climb there. But he misses a couple M9s. Veg's missing the M9 as well. Veg's having M9 issues for sure. That is uncharacteristically slow from both of them. Veg at 26.2 is not at all what he was getting in practice. Veg is probably genuinely terrified out of his mind. You could tell with those M9s. I think it took him 4 attempts or so. It took Noah 2. Both of them should be getting it first try. I think Veg forgot to reset, and if you do stop, you will get a reader for that. Noah, slow climb. Misses the M9. Time-wise, I'm not sure what we're looking at. It's another 23. 23.5. I will give Veg the redo there. Alright. Veg having some spawn issues. I don't know if he ragdolled or just forget. Either way, we will get a redo for him. Noah starting out with 2 23s. That is beatable on time. But Veg starting out with the 26 on round 1 is going to be under even more pressure. That's slow. His climbs aren't the fastest. But he gets the M9 first try. It's a little slow of an M9, but it will be sub no, I believe. Just slightly at 23-1. I'm not sure who has the advantage here. Obviously, by best run, it's going to be Veg, but I think Noah is slightly favored here, heading on to round 3. We'll have both of them back in. 3 and Veg. Obviously, 26-2 or whatever he got on round 1. It's not as bad as something like a death, but you know, when you're against Noah Altensee at 26, Noah has some trampoline failures. He's gonna take a death here. Oh, Veg again. The climb's a little slow, but he gets the M9. This is gonna be around the same time, exact same time, 23-1. Noah's still at the start. Unlucky trampoline for sure. But he's definitely facing the pressure. He takes a DNF. That gives Veg the advantage on the realm between. But I just think looking at these averages, nothing will be decided until round 5 of the realm between. Yeah, I think even if Veg stays consistent with a 23-1 about the same time, Noah can definitely come back and literally get like a 21-second time. But both of them need to finish this run. Noah's starts are definitely better. Noah's climbs are definitely better. Oh, Veg's having some issues. But Noah keeps missing the M9! Noah keeps missing the M9! Veg hits the M9! Noah's not far behind. But 23-0 from Veg! It's gonna come down to round 5. I'm about as scared as everyone else is here. Everything is on the line. Veg has already locked in solid average for him. Noah needs like an early 22, which sounds insane, but it is doable. Noah misses! Noah misses! Noah misses! Noah misses! Noah misses! Noah loses the round between. Veg has done it! Veg has done it! Veg has beaten Altensee! He did it! It's officially over. 26-5 for Veg. It won't even affect his average. But Veg has done it! He has dethroned Noah Altensee. Won all 3 skip maps. I am in complete shock here. And we're gonna play through Acid Realm just to make sure it gets done. But, I mean, this is crazy. It's Veg, the person who's known to lose to Potato and Mal 1, lose to Icy Man just last tournament, has just beaten Noah Altensee, the 2 seed. Knocked him out of winner's bracket. And honestly, obviously, on paper, that sounds crazy, but I don't feel like super shocked. I mean, just seeing how they were playing in practice, seeing how they warmed up, I can't say I was expecting Veg to win at all. I cannot say that at all. But I don't think it's as crazy as it sounds. I mean, we knew Veg was... I don't know how much Veg wants me to share, but I mean, in practice, Veg was getting some insane averages. I mean, literally 15.033 on Shipwrecked average. Like, genuinely mental times. And I knew heading into this match, Veg knew that he could win this. That it was possible that he could win this. Everything would have to go right. Everything might have to go wrong for Noah Altensee, but there was a chance that he could win. And that path has been found. He did it. And obviously, if you're no Altensee, I wouldn't be super upset about it. I'd rather just take it as a lesson that you have to practice for these matches no matter the competitor. Especially when you're against someone as talented as Veg is. You have to practice. You cannot just, relax and just play Rocket League before the match and instantly hop in and expect to beat everyone. It's just not going to happen. Alright, we're now heading on to round 1 of Acid Realm. And I'm just in like a little bit of shock. Obviously, I said it wasn't super crazy, but it is, man. It really is that crazy for this to even, take place. Obviously, I mean, if you saw the wagers, you saw how favored No Altensee was. And for Veg to come back, against that pressure of being so heavily disfavored and to perform exactly how he wanted to perform when he wanted to perform. Obviously, the averages weren't amazing, but he still took the win every single time. He still, remained consistent. That is just such a huge telling sign that Veg, his mentality is improving, which is something that he, obviously has dealt with since probably the start of his career. Just poor mentality. And obviously, not all of that is his fault. Sometimes you simply can't control having bad mentality, but it is something that you can learn to overcome. And I'm really proud of Veg. I'm sure we're all really, really proud of Veg here for finally doing it after many years of heartbreak. And to do it against someone as, skilled as No Altensee is just icing on the cake. And I think this just, it doesn't, I would say this, I wouldn't say Noah lost this, I would say Veg won this, And, I'm sure he will ride this, until, as long as he can, ride this wave of electricity. Veg missing the end zone there. Starting out with the 2 deaths on Acid Realm. I'm sure he's not super worried about it, just kind of taking it all in. But, maybe something happened. I mean, I would still finish out Acid Realm as strongly as you can. Just to be safe about it. But regardless, we do still have another map, so I don't have too much more to say in terms of Veg's victory. Let's just see how this plays out. And obviously, Veg hasn't said, neither of them have said anything about this win, so I'm sure they're both in a state of, like, utter shock. Like, both of them, like, how did I do this in both directions? And, yeah, this whole round is just proving to be, really, really tight. I mean, with RC defeating Chris after, a ton of overtimes, and now Veg beating No Altensee, like, it's probably been the craziest round in tournament history, to be completely honest. I don't mean to, overly glaze it or anything, but round 4 here. Like, I'm getting a little emotional, man. Like, Veg has been, like, such a massive part of the community for so many years, and, he's had this reputation of not, doing the best in tournaments, and to see him finally, get a huge win after so much effort, I know he's said a ton on how, like, getting champion in terms of world records has literally been, like, his lifelong dream, and to see someone as dedicated as he is to the community and the game, it's it's really nice to see him get a big win like this. Veg 37-6 here, as he said in general, just trying to avoid a DNF average. No Altensee already getting a .300 average, which is really solid. Round 5. No Altensee, maybe just kind of going for a .2 here, trying to tie his world record tournament average. Vega 37-4 getting his best time on the last run. But yeah, I mean, crazy match all around, and especially towards Veg. I mean, huge congrats. GG's to both these guys for sure, but like, you know, to take that win after being so heavily, you know, unfavored is just shows such strong mental perseverance, and that's something that obviously Veg has kind of dealt with his whole career. And I would say for Veg, this is probably definitely the highlight of his speed race career, just period. Like, I don't know if he's done something as insane as this, beating the 2 seed as the huge underdog, had such a thin path to win and pulling through. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later.